today we want to talk about, you have a Porsche 911, right? And you also have a G80 M3. How does it compare, right?
Are you recording? Oh, yeah, I've already hit my head on the roof. This seat is stuck to my ass. So there's a midget room up here.
And we're in LA. All right, so welcome back to the channel. So we're starting this video here in LA. We just flew in. John Townsend just flew in from Orlando. Corey's delayed. He won't be here until probably like 3:30 in the morning, West Coast time. So he's gonna be pretty tired tomorrow. But just to give you an idea, the ordeal for me was pretty hectic. I got notification that my first flight of 2 flights was delayed, so I was gonna miss my second flight. And what I really needed to do was to have my wife drop everything she was doing. Luckily, my mother-in-law was in town and she drove me all the way to Fort Lauderdale, which is about an hour and 15. Was able to make that new flight to reach my second flight on time. But give you an idea, we checked into the Airbnb. Tomorrow, which is what you're gonna see in this video, we're gonna talk to a G80 owner, and he just put these really iconic wheels, and he also is a Porsche owner, right? So in this video, we're gonna get a perspective from a Porsche owner as compared to a G80 M3. And one of the coolest things is that he owns both in a manual transmission. So I think that's something that's gonna be pretty cool to compare and see how that goes. But let me give you guys a tour of the Airbnb. All right, so walking in, it's a pretty open concept area. Unfortunately, John Townsend's gonna be sleeping up here.
Wow, put me in the...
Yeah, he's sleeping up there. Is that a dog bed?
It's gotta be.
Oh
my God.
I'm getting too old for that.
I'm
getting too old for that. Nice open concept kitchen. Walking into the hallway here. I have no idea.
Oh, you have to use the other thing.
Well, this guy definitely loves hockey. The owner of it. Decent sized Airbnb. It's a 3-3, I believe. Got a game room sort of in here. Pretty cool. Yeah. So what do you think about the Airbnb?
It's nice. It's bigger than I thought it'd be from looking from the outside.
From the photos and stuff?
Yeah, I've been house shopping, so I've been scoping out all these houses, and this is bigger than some of the ones I've seen, so interesting.
Yeah. How was your flight?
Tiring. I got the terrible middle seat. I tried to edit a little bit, and then decided it'd probably be better if I just sleep, so.
All right, so what are you most excited about?
I think meeting some of the people like Ron, and then everyone that's going to be coming out to the SSR meet. So, meeting people. I like networking, so. I'm
actually excited for the food, so.
Well, I mean.
F everything else.
I mean, I could say food, but, there's other stuff I like doing, so.
But what you're probably gonna see before this video is there's gonna be an event at SSR, and SSR has been a big name here in the West Coast. And what we're gonna be doing is having a co-hosted event. It's the invasion of SSR, and it's good to get the community together to showcase and to just have a good time, right? And I'll be filming. It's gonna be a lot of footage, I'm assuming. And I have no idea, maybe this weekend will probably be 3 videos or something along the lines. But I'm pretty excited. I think this is gonna be a good time. One of the coolest things is that I'm very exhausted, because right now, I would say East Coast time, it's about like 4 o'clock in the morning for us.
Yeah.
So I've been up for 24 hours already, because I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. So it is what it is. Well, I may show you the food when the food gets here. So we'll throw in some lifestyle vlog into it, but other than that, I'm hungry. All right, so food just got here. We got sweet soy wings, and they have like specialty fries. One comes with egg, one comes with a whole bunch of special sauce. But we are starving. We'll check you guys tomorrow, and that's it. All right, next day, we're just getting ready. We're gonna be heading over to AR Motowerkz. We're also gonna be picking up our tent and also apparel, because in the video that you guys seen yesterday or last week, we had a major event at SSR. I think it's gonna be a good time with everybody. And you can see the overlapping B-roll right now. But Corey got in probably like 3 o'clock in the morning, so he's up and running. It's gonna be a good time. The weather is amazing out here. I can see why people live in LA. I just couldn't deal with a lot of the nonsense that you guys deal with sometimes, but it's still good. We got the man, the myth, the legend.
Jesus.
How you doing? What are you doing on the ground?
Just putting these stickers on. That's
Stickers?
such a bitch, dude.
I know, I see that. Look how deep dish that is, right?
Dude, it's pretty deep.
I think you
Little
coined
fist.
this like the cup noodle spec.
Cup of noodle spec, dude.
You know, the placement.
trying to
Oh, so
angle this. We like
it when
here's
you're on
one
your
thing
knees.
is,
Hey, what's up, Ron?
How's it going?
that's my cousin, that's my cousin.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Our dad's Genghis Khan. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah. You still got the Mongolian birthmark, right?
Oh, yeah, you know.
It's all over your ass,
it's-
my
I have a
ass.
few of them.
It's like right around my butt, basically. But yeah, let me get up. Hold on.
Oh, one thing I wanted to ask. What's the proper way to put in these stickers then?
Literally, so BBS, got BBS engraving, valve stem, and directly
I don't have
across
200
of
grand for
it.
that.
So BBS engraving, valve stem, and directly across.
Yeah.
One that's
Okay, so if you're a racer, you could put 7 on them, right?
Dude, these stickers are so limited.
I see that. They look different than the normal ones
Yeah.
you can get.
I got you, Seth.
Oh my God, look at this guy. Look at this guy. It's like family.
Oh! Yeah.
All right, so we're here in a very iconic spot. We were here probably for Farz's Every Bell's a Story, but the man, the myth, the legend, Ron, the Jabba the Hutt slut king, and he's coined a couple phrases, right? Because in a future video that you're gonna see, probably sometime in the next week or 2 or maybe month, we're gonna be talking about a new set of wheels, right? And these set of wheels that we'll talk in that video is pretty iconic. But today we wanna talk about, you know, you have a Porsche 911, right? And you also have a G80 M3. Very similar, I guess you could say, transmissions, right? Manual transmissions. But my take about it is, how does it compare, right? It's a big difference because you're talking about Porsche to BMW.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I think the best way to say it is the car community, the enthusiast community is literally BMW. I started AR Motowerkz literally off the BMW platform. And majority of the M owners, I feel like the next step is getting the 911, which
Porsche, yeah.
When I got to compare them, it's really difficult. I agree, they both are platforms that you can build, but the M3 and the Porsche driving feel is
Night and day difference.
Is literally completely different. The 911, I feel like the road gets a lot wider since the car is smaller. Also, the transmission is a lot notchier. It feels like it's almost gated, but it's not. Every gear kind of plugs in compared to the BMW transmission, which is a lot softer.
I think that's what people complain too about the G80, right?
Yeah.
I think it feels too buttery, right?
Too buttery. It's very soft. But, you know, I think the 911 is a whole different feel just because the motor is in the back. So basically, weight distribution is really centered. The car is amazing for the canyons. The BMW M, I mean the G80s in general, same with the F8X, a lot of power, a lot of torque. So to say it's, I mean, people tune them, downpipes,
of course,
the whole 9.
Supercar killer right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It kind of takes away from the canyoning and turning, but the M3 without doing like a tune and everything, I feel like it's a well-balanced car, but a little bit of oversteer just because the motor's in the front and there's a lot of torque on that car. But I would have to say I like both of them. If someone were to ask me like to pick one, I don't think I'd pick one because I've really fallen in love with the G80 M3.
Especially after you modify it.
Yeah.
And speaking about that, let's check it out. It's actually outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just put on some new pair of shoes, right?
Yes, I did.
I feel like this is like the shoe kingdom, right? We're at AR Motowerkz, right?
We're
It's
like
a
Shoe
household
Palace,
name.
dude. Yeah.
You can't talk about BBS without, putting AR Motowerkz with it.
No, absolutely. No, so with that being said, I did a lot of LMs and LMRs for a lot of this application like 3 years ago, or actually 4 years ago now, when this chassis came out.
Okay.
We did the first LM setup and we literally utilized other centers and put them in other BBS barrels to make it work. But now that it's been 3 to 4 years, we've done a lot of LM setups, a lot of LMR setups, and we've taken it to the limit with fitment. As you can tell, Ken's car, Jabba the slut lips, like, which means larger lips, and I tell Ken this all the time. We got some Jabba the Hutt slut lips on this damn thing. This is a 4-inch lip on the rear.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like, I love your setup. Your LMR setup is probably one of my favorites. I mean, Imola Red. The whole nine, dude. That car is a beautiful
You haven't
build.
seen it in person. Hopefully you see it in person one day. But going into what he just said, right, I think a lot of people are misconstrued, right? When you buy BBSs off the shelf, a lot of the fitment you get is very conservative, not because of the customer standpoint, it's more from BBS because they're focused on making sure it fits without any rubbing issues.
Exactly.
But if you're into the tuner game and also modifications, you need to make things work to get that look.
Exactly.
And Ron is the guy, and the team here, they make it work. And as you can see, these ED8s, man, look so good.
Dude, thank you. So, like, it was really funny because I got these wheels 2 weeks ago, and there was a suggested fit for it, and I literally went through 2 different types of tires, but I didn't want to release it just because I wasn't happy with it. So rebuilding these wheels like 3 times, finally, what I ended up with this setup was a 19 by 10.5 up front and a 19 by 11.5 in the rear, and literally ended up running Yokohama AO52s just because motorsport wheel calls for a motorsport tire.
tires.
It does mimic like an R compound and it looks like it, but man,
How's it in the rain?
Well, it hasn't rained yet.
Yeah,
so
it is California. We're used to that in Florida. It rains like
I'll let you
every day.
guys know. But apparently they're good in the rain. There shouldn't be an issue. But no, I love this ride. I have Cup 2s on my 911.
Okay.
And I feel like these are 100 times better.
I think everybody talks about Michelin. There's nothing wrong with Michelin. I'm a big fan of Michelin.
I love Michelin, yeah.
But Yokohama is also a good tire brand. And this video is not about tire brands, but we'll get into that. But Ron, I think people want to know, you've owned both, right?
Yeah.
You can't say which one's your favorite because obviously modifications help the ownership experience of it.
Absolutely.
Has this car been reliable?
It has been wonderful. I haven't had any issues, thank God. And I've had basically every BMW chassis except for E30 and E36. And I mean, this car has been solid, no issues, which is, I'm blessed to have that. But like, I had an E92 335 N54, 2007 manual. Blew a bunch of fuel pumps on that damn thing. It was ridiculous.
And was it stock or you made power on those?
I actually was one of the first people to do JB4 stuff.
Okay.
It wasn't even JB4 at the time. It was JB, and then JB Plus, JB1, JB2, JB3. But no issues with this car. I absolutely love it. The infotainment is wonderful.
Okay.
It's great that I could reply to a lot of my customers while driving stick, like, hey Siri, this and that, you know? So, no, I love this car. This car has been fantastic. I think for the most part, the only thing I have to complain about is actually nothing. I love this car. Sorry. I was really trying to think of something, but no issues at all, man. This car has been wonderful. This car has been wonderful.
This is a 23?
2023, so it does have that
ID8.
The ID8. So the screen is a lot bigger.
Okay.
That I had to get used to because I wasn't used to so much technology.
Correct.
Literally, I almost crashed a few times because I'm like, oh, it's touchscreen.
Playing with all that stuff.
I'm like, this is touchscreen. Okay.
I think the biggest complaint with the ID8 was that you have to go into your iDrive to change the temperature in the car. Is that still going on, or they updated that? Because you know how like on the ID7s and stuff, you just, it's a click of a button on your center dash?
Yeah, so everything is literally touchscreen and you have to put the temperature through the iDrive. It's kind of weird, actually. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, you're right.
So now you're used to it, stuff.
Yeah, I'm used to it, exactly.
So getting this car from like, what, you had it for almost a year, right?
I've had it for 7 months now.
7 months now. How many miles is on the car? This is your daily.
Yeah, 14,000 fun miles.
14,000 fun miles. And I think we talked about this, right? This car, you think it's going to stay within you, right? You think this is going to be a good daily for you, or?
My whole thing in my head was, I'm going to keep on getting the new M3. But when they released the news that they're not making a manual, I was like, I think I'm going to keep this one.
I agree.
And like I said, this has 0 issues. Coming from the E92 335 with fuel pump issues. And then getting a E92 M3 having the rod bearing issue. Dude,
there's no handicaps on this.
There isn't. This is literally such a good platform. I have bolt-ons, no downpipes, but literally from intake, full exhaust.
Yeah.
Love every waking moment of driving this
Are you
thing.
tuned yet, or?
No.
No tuned
So
yet, okay.
the thing about these cars, you should know this, like
Yeah.
the clutch can't handle over 600 horsepower.
Correct. You be slipping, or
Yeah,
you're wearing out,
correct.
prematurely wearing it out. And to be honest, like, I don't think, if you build a car, right, there's many different people that build the car for power, and there's people that build it for like a mixed usage. I like aesthetics, man. To be honest, I'm a father. I'm not racing anybody, right? I'm not trying to be the fastest G80 out there.
Yeah.
There's definitely builds like that I do respect. But there's people like Ron and I, we have similar tastes, right?
Yeah.
We like flashy little wheels.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
and you recently stepped it up. We have to show the interior, man.
Oh,
You guys,
yeah.
Ron
Yeah.
just really went crazy, and he ballered it out and went with.
I had to get the carbon buckets, man, and obviously with manual, these really set you in place. When I had the comfort seats, it literally, you would catch me driving like sideways.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, this is too much. But
And if you're ripping on the canyons, you need that stuff to hold you in.
Exactly.
And I know the camera can't smell this, but guys.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
This is like, I came from the Subaru community. This is like big. This
Yeah.
is JDM squash.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't smell like squash, but it's a really good smell.
It's one of my favorites, and everybody's like, some people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is that? Why do you have like 20 in your back seat? I'm like, dude, I love that.
We have these
smell.
moisture absorbers back here.
No,
but
man.
they smell good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of complements the luxuriousness of the car, right? It doesn't smell. It's not like dry. Was it black ice?
Yeah.
Not like that type of stuff, or morning fresh. Nothing wrong with that.
Anytime my customers come in with this smell, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy knows what's up.
This guy knows what's
I
up.
love
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy. Yeah, no, but for the most part, love this car. I freaking love this car. We literally have the same exact car, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
manual, bucket
I
seats.
noticed these bucket seats are from the M2, right?
Correct. So
Was it
this-
direct fitment?
It's direct bolt-on. The only thing that you have to switch out is actually these what is it? The mechanism that buckles
Okay.
the actual seatbelt.
Correct.
You got to swap those over.
Okay.
You got to swap those
It's
over.
not holding you
It's
in.
literally different. I don't know why, but
Okay.
it was a direct bolt-on. All you really have to do is code it in, and
Okay.
that's it. It was,
that's
it
it,
was
yeah.
nice. This was probably my favorite mod, man. I love these seats. I love these seats. Only thing is, I just look really stupid coming in and out of my car now.
That's fine.
Because I don't want to mess up the bolsters.
No.
Like,
yeah, it's fine. It's.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that care about the cars, and I can see from
Yeah.
the way you keep your car,
Yeah.
you care about it. You don't want to get ruined.
Yeah.
But I know. What would you say the biggest difference is? Obviously, we're talking about the drivability of the Porsche compared to
Yeah.
the G80. But is there anything else that you would say as comparison, or do you say there's some things that's very similar?
I would say they're both ultimate driving machines, but no, like BMW and Porsche, I feel like the people that drive them are very similar. They're enthusiasts. They like driving experience. Because look, my customers that have Mercedes, my customers that have Audis, like that compared to BMW, I feel like BMW, especially with the interior now, they really stepped up. Before, Mercedes always had the interior down.
Correct.
Same with Audi. But now BMW's got the power. They've got the interior.
The design.
It's just the design in general. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, I was not a big fan of the G80 front end.
Same here.
And like, I really wasn't. And
I was in denial. I think a lot of us were in denial. We're like, do I really want to get into that?
Yeah.
It looks ugly with that beaver teeth and
Yeah.
the pig nose and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The names go on, but
Yeah.
the newest punching bag is the G87 M2. But even with the mods, I've changed that.
Oh yeah, so the G87 M2 is a whole nother one. Like when I first saw the design, I was like, oh my God, who's gonna buy that?
Well, I think they do it on purpose. I think those spy shots, those horrible spy shots, they get the hype. And when people start modding it, it's like it changes everybody's mind.
No, for sure. I mean, we've done a few of those G87s, just like simple modifications. I mean, it's same motor as this car, but suspension, wheels, and
Icon there.
and literally just aero kit on that M2 is that car just looks so nice.
Oh,
I
I
was
agree.
looking at it, man. I was like, should I get a shop M2? Like, and the guys were like,
course.
dude, why? And I'm like, I don't know. I could write it off maybe. Like, that'd be sick to have an M2, but I mean,
Then you have 3 cars to drive or more cars to drive.
You know what's gonna be sick? The F90, the
Wagon?
M5 wagon. I heard Miguel got like 3 of them, 4,
I
5.
think he has 2. I think he has 2 allocations.
Insane.
We'll see if he actually gets one because
Yeah.
he'll say he want a Porsche, he want an M5 wagon.
Well, back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think everybody, if you like driving, 911 for sure. Those cars, NA, naturally aspirated, and with this car through turns, I kind of ease in, downshift, go through it. With the Porsche, downshift and gas, no brakes.
Really?
Yeah, this car, I get a little worried just because it does have all that torque. I mean, just like Ken was saying, I'm not a big power guy. Like one of my employees, frozen G80 M3, Amir, he single turbo, freaking 1,400 horsepower. Like we all went to lunch 4 heads deep in his M3. It's chirping wheel to 4th gear and it's all-wheel drive. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But this car, it's 500 horsepower, comfortable, could daily it.
It's probably one of the best dailies. You know, for the ones that, you know, if your wife is complaining or your spouse is complaining, let's get a family car. This is a family car.
Yeah.
Right? I just put my son in it, no problems.
Yeah, it really is, man. And for me, I don't have a family yet. I mean, but for the most part, this is a good part hauler, dude. Like I literally will put the back seats down and I'll have like lips, rims, the whole 9. And people are like, are you crazy? But I have a little thing that covers everything. But I love this car. It's funny because my 911, I don't have the buckets. I have the sport seats. Yeah. But it's weird having a sedan with buckets and then my coupe having just like regular sport
maybe
seats.
Maybe you'll get buckets in the future.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows, man?
So here's one thing I want to ask you. Weekend available, right? You're off the weekend. Porsche key, G80 key, what are you grabbing? And don't go based on this channel. Yeah. Go based on what you're feeling.
No, I completely understand. So I don't want to sound like
the Porsche is special. We all know.
So like if I'm going to a car meet, I will take the 911. Okay. Like an actual like car meet, because I feel like there's a lot of BMWs.
And a lot of G80s.
A lot of G80s. So it's like when I want to kind of like showcase our work, I'll bring out the 911 because it's different. And it's kind of like on the realm of getting into supercar, I guess you could say. So like it will pop more. But when I do bring out the M3 to like any like car meets, I feel like they treat me as like, oh yeah, M3 guy. Like that's what they do. They stereotype, you know. But no,
it's just so common. But I think what makes the difference is that you actually have these rare wheels.
Yeah, for me with the M's, like when I see a proper setup, even if we don't build them and we see them on other people's cars, so much respect to the game. When I walk around car meets, I look at wheel fitment, what type of mods you put on, because these days there's so many options and there's so many remakes on like replica parts in general. Yeah. And you know, I'm all about quality, like parts.
Like, think alike.
Like literally, like you pay for what you get for, really, at the end of the day. And you know, even my installers, like we actually charge more to install replica parts compared to genuine parts, just because the process, the labor, like to make it really actually fit properly, it's more work, which, you know.
I've seen it done before, you know, and I hear some other shop owners and they deal with all the bitching because it's a headache sometimes.
It is, it really is. And, you know, customers will buy a bunch of replica parts and literally be like, why does it fit like this? Like you did the install wrong. And it's no, man, like this really doesn't line up. We're going to have to cut some stuff. But no, I really firm believer in quality parts. Very important. And that's why I respect Ken's build as well. Everything, dude, this guy's diffuser, man. Insane, man. This guy's crazy. But
well, the new wheel setup that you'll see in the next video is crazy.
Yeah, so we're cooking up something special for him. I mean,
wheels.
I think this guy doesn't. He much rather have really nice wheels than probably like a Rolex. I could say that. He's a wheel collector and he's getting all the rare stuff.
Real estate,
exactly. But no, I mean, BBS is the beautiful thing about like quality parts, again, is it holds value. Obviously what we're doing is, yes, it's a money hold. We're losing money on what we do, but when you get the proper parts and proper wheels, it holds value. Like these BBS wheels right now,
what's the retail on the BBS wheels?
So, it depends on these?
Yes.
Okay, so if there wasn't no supply and demand issue, these would be roughly around $8,000. But the problem is,
you can't get them.
You can't get them, and that's the issue. And I waited a long time to get these, which was the problem. And you know, it sucks. Like a lot of my customers are like, I want them now. Is there a way to expedite them? It's like, there's no way. It's really, it takes a long time. A lot of my motorsport orders are almost a year plus. And that's what makes these wheels so special. And it's almost like Rolex, you know, Rolex during, you know, 2019 to 2022, the stainless steel watches literally spiked a $9,000 watch was going for 24K.
Yeah.
But because the quality of the watch, the supply and demand of the watch, and it's the same concept with BBSs. Every BBS wheel is serialized, has a serial number of manufacturing date. So they're actually very, very special. And
especially these motorsport wheels.
Exactly. And they're from, it's all Japanese made. I feel like
Quality's
top tier. Most wheels these days are literally either parts from China and CNC'd in USA, or they're just literally
or Taiwan too, I think.
Or
right?
Taiwan,
Yeah.
exactly. Taiwan has better management. Everybody says, oh, we have T6061 forged parts. Yes, that's one thing, but the way they forge them too, like even if you had a T6061 wheel, some of them are more susceptible with bending because of the way they make the forging. So BBS, their QC is insane.
Yeah.
Literally insane.
Which is why that's one of the #1 selling wheel set you guys sell here.
Yeah, exactly. It's quality, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, there's so much quality control under BBS wheels that it's unheard of. The Japanese,
Correct.
I mean, you go to Japan, anything they do, the food's amazing.
Oh yeah,
everything's
it's gonna
amazing.
ruin your life day.
Yeah.
When you come back to the United States, you're gonna be like, why am I back here?
Yeah, no, like I feel like Japanese people, their MO is
make it better than everybody else.
It's like we got to do our best or we dishonor our family.
Yeah.
It's like it's literally,
especially
like,
Shogun, you know.
Yeah, Shogun, exactly. So yeah.
For somebody that's getting into a G80, right?
Yeah.
What are the top 3 modifications you would recommend somebody?
Okay, this is a good one. I always think suspension is first. Wheel gap, come on. Center of gravity, you gotta lower the car, get the handling in play. I believe for the G80.
Correct.
Okay. Suspension, front grille.
And one more.
Oh, damn.
One more.
Oh.
I've been asking every G80 owner, what's the top 3 mods you would recommend? Because people are watching this, you're probably thinking, what should I spend my money on?
I take back the grille. Okay. Suspension, wheels, front lip.
Okay. And I can see why, because the front lip makes it seem like it's lower than it is.
Yeah.
It also ties in all the beaver tooth that's going on.
Exactly.
Even if you don't want to change the front grille.
Yeah, exactly.
The suspension, I definitely don't have to agree because these cars come stock. They're pretty much 4x4, right?
Yeah. You could literally fist the front gap. It's ridiculous.
He loves fisting, man. It's all fist day here.
No,
and AR Motowerkz.
dude, this guy, man. Well, I can't wait till you guys see Ken's new wheel setup because I think I'm gonna come up with a nice phrase for you, bro. No more Jabba the slut for this guy.
Yeah. But and telling you guys right now, I am not selling the LMRs. I know people have asked me already. I'm like, no, just hit up Ron. Ron will make you the spec you need and also any fine details, and you'll see it right now on the overlapping B-roll. He's laser engraved the BBS logo in almost Imola red, right?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar. So we try to put more detail into the wheels we build, and like just like this set, like I try to do something different. Like all wheels come CNC'd and there's lines from the machine. So I wanted to showcase BBS's, CNCing and their machine work. The windows are literally from the factory like that, and then I did a machine brush on the faces. So it's I want to do things detail oriented because you guys are obviously paying for a top tier product and quality. So that's important to me. Yeah. And
then stay tuned in a future video that you're going to see. We're going to get a little tour of AR Motowerkz. I know last time I was here, I wasn't able to show you guys a full tour, and you guys can see the solid work they do and also the quality. So stay tuned for that video. But Ron, anything else to tell people about the G80 and the 911? Because you own both. I wish I could own both.
You totally can.
I have a kid. I can't do that.
This guy's a secret billionaire. I'm telling you guys. But you guys just need to get both of them, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Make the bad financial decision. Buy both. Tell your spouse that we could live in both cars, right? One could be the bedroom, right? The G80 could be the bedroom.
Yeah.
And the 911 could be the office.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is just open up a car shop. That's literally what
it's a write-off.
My girl was like, literally, why are you buying another car? It's like, I need it for the shop. I'm sorry,
exactly.
I need it.
And any modifications I do for my car, it's for the channel, so it's a business expense.
There you go.
It's for promoting Beamer Invasion, so I have that excuse.
Which you do a great job in, man. I really enjoy watching the videos.
Trying.
And I'm sure you guys saw like his whole front end got damaged. That one reel you did of literally the guy just going.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, he's pissed. He's pissed, man. But
yeah. But stay tuned. There's gonna be so many other videos here at AR Motowerkz. And other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Definitely check them out on Instagram. And if you guys have any questions about any wheel specs or fitment that you guys want to showcase your car properly, hit them up.
Yeah, hit me up anytime, guys. Most likely you'll be talking to me because I take this very seriously. A lot of people trip out when I pick up, but yeah, you'll probably be talking to me. Ask me any questions.
Jabba the Hutt Slut King right here.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.